Other things that you might not know, Raccoon Valley is the oldest continually chartered Little League west of the Mississippi River. We maintained our charter through many economic downturns that other charters and other Little Leagues in our area didn't do. So there are Little Leagues that had their original charter older than us, but we are the oldest continually chartered Little League. We also have almost 600 young men and women who play baseball at Raccoon Valley every summer. Over 100 volunteers. When I was asked 5 years ago for the honor of becoming president, there was a lot of parts of the job that I didn't really get or understand. I had been part of Raccoon Valley for 6 years prior to that, as a coach, as a volunteer, as a parent, but I had no idea about the intricacies of life as president of Little League. And one of my very first baptisms into that was our first All-Star season. And I started to have to collect all this data that everybody was asked for, birth certificates, proof of residence, all that kind of junk. And you collect that stuff and you take it to the district office and they approve everything and they sign stuff, and then you walk around with these affidavits so you can play. Well, when I showed up at the then District 5 administrator's home, was Neil Parmenter was the guy's name, he says, "Oh, you're from Raccoon Valley." And he kind of grins and winks at the other guys that are there, because Raccoon Valley was always viewed as the fun place to play baseball. We weren't supposed to be able to compete with Walnut Creek, Grandview, Beaverdale, the big powers, so to speak, in our district. And then, you know, I kind of years later got the last laugh as I sat in district meetings, and every other Little League in our district complained and obsessed about declining enrollment. And I just smiled and kept my mouth shut, because our enrollment had grown every year since I've been president. Today, we have 30 more kids playing in the 10, 11, and 12 year age bracket than we had 5 years ago. So our growth is part of our success. And, you know, the thing that's made us very good is the same things that's gotten you here. We have Rod, Joe, Jim, Dave, Rush, and Reed, who are fantastic head coaches for the competitive division of our 10 and 12-year-old group. We also have guys like Joe, Rod, and Rush who had the foresight to see that you can't compete with the tournament teams. We have to get along with them. Other Little Leagues in our area fight them, and their enrollment declines. The West Des Moines doesn't have Little League anymore. South Des Moines probably isn't going to have it next year, because they haven't figured out how to do what Rod, Rush, and Joe did, and that's get along with all the tournament teams, and that's made us better. The last thing I'd like to say is, when I first became president of Raccoon Valley, I knew it was a special place. But what I really didn't know how special. I didn't know how big the volunteerism was. I didn't know how involved all the families were. I didn't know the history of families going back, you know, generations that still play baseball at Raccoon Valley. And, you know, after I became president, I sat and tried to figure things out. I said, is it the fact that we have over 1,000 parents and grandparents who are willing to go for 4 months without a clean car? Is that part of what makes it special? Is it the fact that we have coaches spending multiple hours trying to figure out a place to practice because we really only have 3 official Little League fields? Is it the fact that we have 100 volunteers who order uniforms, order equipment, pick up garbage, staff our concession stand? Is that it? And no, it's really not. And for you to find out what really makes Raccoon Valley special, you're going to have to wait till this evening. And right before bed, when you go into the bathroom to brush your teeth, look in the mirror, and the guy smiling back at you is what makes Raccoon Valley special. Good luck, guys, and have a great time.